Hi friends, welcome to Ahiluarts channel. I am Uma. In this video, we are going to see a simplest cowl of all time. Okay, this one you can do it even though if you have just learned the double crochet. Okay, if you have just learned double crochet only yesterday, but still if you want to do anything that is wearable, you can do this. Okay, this is the simplest cowl anyone can do. I call it the V-stitch cowl. The main requirement for this cowl is two. One, you should know how to do a double crochet, and second, you should have a super bulky yarn. You see, this is super bulky 6. You should have this. If you don't want, or if you don't have, or if you don't want to have anything this bulky to be on a scarf or cowl, that is you can actually wear, you can actually take 2 strands of normal 4-ply yarn, so that you can have the same count as we do and you can do the cowl. Okay, so for this super bulky yarn I have taken 10 mm hook. Okay, you can take 8 or 9 also, but 10 mm will give you a little more little bigger product, you see. So it is starting in the neck, and you see how much sleeve it is. It's not actually sleeve, but the width you can see, right? So that is a reasonable amount, so we can have that many stitches. Okay, in order to customize the stitches, I'll tell you how to do that. I told you this is a V-stitch cowl, so we know V-stitch is nothing but a double crochet, and in between there is a chain one. So each V-stitch will be having 3 stitches. So in order to have all the V-stitch and a border stitch at the end, both the ends, we should be having multiples of 3 plus 2 stitches. Okay, so now today I am going to have 26 stitches, which is 24 multiples of 3 and a 2 stitch. Okay, so in order to have 26 stitches, I should have 27 chains, correct? So that I'll do the first single crochet row with skipping first chain, so I'll be having 26 stitches, right? So I'm doing 27 chains. If you don't want, I'll show you the size of 26 stitches. If you don't want that big, you can reduce to 1 multiple of 3. So you can have instead of 27, you can have 23 chains. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24. This is my multiples of 3. Now 25 and 26 for the border stitch, I mean the end stitch, and 27 is for the skipping, right? So now turn your work, always work on the back bump of the chain, not in this way, so that you will have a perfect finishing. So turn your work, this is not a chain, this is a loop, this is the first chain, and skip that first chain, do a first single crochet in second chain in the back bump. So 1 2 3 4 5. You see, since I am working on the back bump, we have a perfect finishing on the other side also. Okay, so now I am continuing the whole single crochet in the whole chains. I'll meet you at the end of this round so that we can start the second row. Okay, so see, I have done the first row of single crochet. Since I have worked only on the back bump, you see my finishing on the bottom side of the stitches. Okay, so now the second row is the pattern. Whatever we are doing in the second row, we are going to repeat the whole cowl. Okay, so for the second row, do 3 chains, turn your work. This is the first stitch. This first stitch is for this, the chain 3 is for this first stitch. So skip the second stitch and do a V stitch in the third stitch. V stitch is nothing but double crochet, chain 1 and a double crochet. Now again skip 2 stitches, do a V stitch in the third stitch. That is why we have done the multiples of 3. Okay, now skip 2 stitches, do a V stitch in the third stitch. Since we have a double crochet and a chain 1 and a double crochet which comprise of 3 stitches, we are actually skipping 2 stitches and do a V stitch in the third stitch to balance out the count of stitches. Okay, we want the exact rectangle shape, not a fan like not a broader border, right? So that is why we are keen in maintaining the same 26 counts. In 26, the multiples of 3 is 24, which is 8 multiple. So I will be having 8 V stitches on the whole. Okay, if you have done 23 stitches, then you will be having only 7 V stitches, which will also be good according to the size of the yarn you are choosing. So every 2 stitches I am skipping, and in the third stitch I am doing a V stitch. Now skip the 2 stitch, do the last V stitch. So now if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 V stitches, and I have 2 more stitches in here. Like how we have skipped the second stitch and we have done the double crochet and skip the second stitch, right? Like the same way, do skip the next stitch and do a double crochet in the last stitch. So that is the reason we are having a border stitch. Got me? Okay, so again we are going to repeat the same row throughout, but the one easy thing is we don't have to count the stitches, we just have to work on the chain 1. See, chain 3, turn your work. If you see, we have skipped 1 stitch in the bottom row, so we are skipping the 1 double crochet and are doing V stitch in the chain 1. So again, in all the chain 1s, do a V stitch. No chain 1 in between any of the stitches except in the V stitch. Okay, we are maintaining the count throughout, so just continuous V stitches and border stitch. There is no chain 1 in the border stitch also, correct? We are just doing only 3 chains and starting the V stitches immediately. So this is the whole pattern. The reason I am doing this on camera is to show you how to end the round. So this is my second last V stitch and the last V stitch. Okay, now we have to do the double crochet in the last stitch, that is chain 3. One important thing to notice here is if you just take one loop and do a double crochet in here, the whole cowl will be all full of excessive gap which we don't want. Okay, so how in each stitch how we'll take both the loops, like that in the chain 3 also take any 2 loops like this. You see, take any 2 loops and then do a double crochet so that there won't be a gap at the end. Okay, so this is the whole pattern. Double crochet, 8 V stitches, double crochet, then turn, double crochet, 8 V stitches and a double crochet. Double crochet, when we start it will be a chain 3, right? So continue this. We will do the same single crochet round. Since we have started with a single crochet row, we have to end this with a single crochet row so that to have a proper edging, right? So we'll end this and I'll show you how to fold this in this way and attach the button. Okay, usually I have used 2 bundles of super bulky yarn, which will give you a reasonable size to cover, and it'll be till our waist size. Okay, a normal super bulky yarn will be giving you at least 20 rows, which is 20 inches. According to the, it may vary according to the gauge what you crochet, but 20 is a reasonable count. And if you use 2 bundles, you will be having 40 rows, which will be of a correct size. Okay, so I'm not doing 40. I'll just do only 1 bundle so that I'll show you how to fold it and attach the button. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of this bundle and I'll show you how to do the border row. Alright, okay, see, I completed the first bundle and I did the single crochet. You have to join the second bundle also and continue, and finally you have to do the single crochet row. Okay, as I said, I have 20 rows in here. It may vary. You can have either from 18 to 21 rows according to the way you crochet. Okay, so don't worry, but you have to have at least 35 to 40 rows definitely to have a reasonable size poncho. Okay, so in the last single crochet row, I would like to share a tip is you should do a single crochet in such a way that not only you should not put the single crochet in the chain 1 gap, but only on the 2 loops of the chain. How do I do that? Okay, once I've done the single crochet in the double crochet in the chain, don't just insert into the gap and put the do the double crochet, sorry, single crochet. Insert into the 2 loops in here, then pull out, then do a single crochet so that there won't be any gap in the single crochet row like in the beginning. Okay, so like the same way in all the chain ones, don't do the single crochet in the gap but in the chain, that means in the 2 loops. Okay, and finally when you come to the chain 3, don't forget the last single crochet in the chain 3, because that is our 26th stitch. Okay, if you have done only 23 stitches, it will be little more longer than this size. Okay, so this is how it ends. Okay, now if you want to do it as a cowl, you can just attach the button here and here and you can make it as a cowl. But if you want to put like a poncho like I did, you can have buttons here, here and here and this side, so that when you fold it on the other side it will be like a poncho. Okay, so I definitely am sure that you like this video. Please try it out. It's very simple and very easy. Even though you don't have the super bulky yarn, try it with the normal acrylic yarn but with 2 strands, one complementing each other, and post your images in Facebook group or Facebook page, or you can tag me at Ahiluarts and share your pictures. More importantly, like, share and comment your suggestions. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss any video. Thank you. Bye bye.